Alright, yeah, hello everyone. Here we are once again with some more F1 2021. And, yeah, we are back at it with the French Grand Prix. And if y'all recall the last race, we had an unfortunate failure with the engine. We had an unfortunate mechanical failure. We had to switch out the energy store. We are switching out the energy store, and you guys, the ES or the energy store is absolutely crapped. Of the turbocharger is probably also crapped. You know, we're okay. It looks like on the ICE or the internal combustion engine. The MGU K or the MGU Connect is probably going to be switched out pretty soon. The MGU H is also going to probably have to be switched out pretty soon. Control electronics is surprisingly well off. I mean, we haven't even really had too many issues with the controlled electronics. They've been surviving. So we have a message. Francesco, hi. Sorry that we had to retire you from the race, but sadly there wasn't anything else we could do at that point. Keeping component wear to a minimum may help reduce the odds of us seeing similar issues in the future, but it's not guaranteed. On a slightly positive note, we figured out what was wrong with your vehicle, with which will assist us in pressing ahead with development. Thanks, Francesco. And we received a following reward of 0 development points, which is absolutely lovely. I'm glad we did that. Anyway, we have R&D coming in, a part impact with weight reduction. We have the internal combustion engine moving on. We have the turbo development durability coming in, and we also have the energy recovery system coming in, and of course the piston development, I believe, as well as the rear downforce. So, you know, we're looking okay. We're looking like we are going to be, at least to some degree, somewhat potent up. We are going to improve the some of the materials if we can. One of them I want to improve is the energy store or the energy speculation, but sadly we don't have that available to us right now. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait on that. We will work on the front wing adjuster bracket probably, but I think for now we're going to look into getting the engine cover distribution rate reduction done, which will come in, it looks like, by the Budapest or Hungarian Grand Prix. We'll see what Grand Prix is coming up. Yeah, it looks like that might be the, no, I don't remember which one that is. Sorry if I don't remember which one that is. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna have some parts coming in, so let's go ahead and move forward. See what we got here.
Okay, we've
Cable
had the new
assembly's
parts come
done.
through the fabrication process.
Beautiful.
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. So we have the cable assembly done. Beautiful, which means we can work on the under tray or we can work on the heat dispensing wheel rims. I'd say let's work on tire wear a little bit, just to kind of have our tire wear be a little bit more on par, and maybe we'll start working on the under tray if things work out. But otherwise, yeah, we might work on this as well, the minor force, the front down force a little bit. But yeah, either way, let's see. Well, we got the powertrain update, control spec 2. Beautiful, beautiful. So, quality control is now up. Beautiful. Alright.
A department has some
Oof.
good news to share. They've just finished
Bloody
working on
hell.
a facility upgrade. The details are available in your inbox.
Let's see. Yeah, nice. So we got that, and the Pistons were a failure. We'll get them beyond after the French Grand Prix. But it looks like the Stadiators were a success, so that's a good thing. We could work on the fuel injection system, but I'm glad we kept that good. The turbo materials were improved as well as the ice was improved. Beautiful. So it is the energy store that we want to work on next. What do we need? MGH improved materials. Got it. So we need to make the MGHU improved materials at some point. Pistons are currently being worked on, so yeah.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
Yep. Alright. And the rear wing plates on downforce are done. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, we now have the rear wing plates done. We could work on the diffuser. Or the rear wing upper flap, eventually. Oh, we need additional stakes. Alright, so we need this one. The additional stakes at some point. Well, right. So, at least our parts have, at least somewhat, seem to made our way through. So, here we are, French Grand Prix. Let's get to it. We got, Paul Ricard. So, at this point, yeah, let's hopefully not have the same problem we had in the, the Canadian Grand Prix, because that was just an oof. That was a real oof there, honestly. But yeah. Alright, well, let's go. Alright then. So, let's see what's been going on. Hello, Yuki. How's it going over there? Alright, we got a message. Francesco. Morning, everyone. I've attached a preview of for this weekend's Grand Prix. If you have any questions, come see me in the data center. Francesco. Beautiful. Francesco. Morning, everyone. As you all, we've had some of our developments come through. However, not everything passed quality control. Junie, Yuki, we'll need you to confirm the redevelopment on your R&D screens. Everyone else, I'll update you if that affects anything that affects you individually. Francesco. Yep, Pistons just failed. Everything else successfully was in there. Qualifying is going to be raining, but it looks like it'll be a dry race. Alright then. Hi everyone. I wanted to send around an update of our estimated performance progress against our closest rivals. You can relate TIF movement over the past few races. Attached graph. Any issues with that, you know where to find me, of course. Yeah, we are making some pretty heavily improvements, it seems. And it looks like we've been doing pretty well. Let's see our R&D progress. Yeah, we made some minor improvements. We are currently ahead on Alpine and Aston Martin. We're looking at chasing McLaren. We're looking to chase McLaren now. So things are looking up for AlphaTauri. We're currently in the top of the tier, so I'm expecting us to be pretty decent at the race, but we'll have to see where it is. We'll have to see where things go. This doesn't have a lot of turns, so I'm expecting this to be maybe on more top speed, if not a little bit more of a downforce heavy track, for France. But anyway, with that being said, let's get to the race and or the practice and see where we are. And I'll leave you with post editing me to take care of you here. So here we are with the first practice, and what was basically the best practice run I could have done. We are using the tire management program, and yeah, we are just doing our best to try and manage the tires, of course, as you all know. But you know, I did do a few laps and a few things beforehand to try and get going. But yeah, in this case, we managed the tires, I think, pretty well. We learned how to manage the tires pretty well. Of course, I'm still learning a little bit here and there, especially with this game going forward. But, you know, this was the best lap, and I hope you enjoyed the little bit of practice that I was doing to try and improve on the French Grand Prix. Here we are in practice 3, which is just a quick practice, but I thought this would be a great time for me to mention that I am on Twitch, and if you want to see what I'm doing live on Twitch, somewhere up in the line there is a subscribe to me, or, you know, reminder to join my Twitch channel. And of course, you know, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, as well as helps discovery and seeing more people get this video or see this video. As well as, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you can always keep up to date whenever the next video comes up, or whenever the next video is. But yeah, please enjoy the rest of this video, the rest of whatever is left in quick practice, and I will meet you back in qualifying. Well, here we are on qualifying, and it is a wet track. Now, I will tell you all that I actually did do this track, or this qualifying, beforehand, and I made the wrong tire choice, so I ended up restarting the whole entire thing. So you're basically seeing my second attempt at the qualifying with the intermediate tires, which was pretty much the right choice at the time when I went out. But yeah, it was a very interesting qualifying. Hopefully you will enjoy it, and I will see you all in qualifying too when that happens. But I do believe that at this point I was starting to get to grips with the wet qualifying stint, or wet qualifying in general. But yeah, here's my qualifying. Hope you enjoy it, and I will see you all on Q2, everyone.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
Q2, everyone, and yeah, it turned into a dry track, which was more preferred and suited to my style, but this qualifying did not go the way I was expecting it to. As you'll see at the end of this qualifying, I ended up having gotten drop it out by a few faster drivers than me, or should I say, a few last laps that went way faster than me, even though at the end of the day, I felt like I made a pretty decent lap. But as you'll see at the end of the day, as much as I thought we were going to Q3, and you'll see that we were pretty much on par to go to Q3, it just didn't happen because, yeah, last minute laps on everyone else in this qualifying pretty much just scooted me out of the qualifying contention for, say, for Q3. But enjoy the rest of the Q2, and I will meet you all on the race, everyone.
The side pods have taken damage, suggest we box and fix it up. Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world. But chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard, current home of the French Grand Prix, an event dating all the way back to 1906. It's been held at many venues over the years, with famous moments from Dijon and Manicourt the feature of many a highlights reel. And let's hope we see more of those in the race today. The Circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, Anthony Davidson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Let's start with Aston Martin. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Perez, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and Sebastian Vettel. Sainz, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen and Hamilton, they've taken a grid penalty. Ava, Russell, Mick Schumacher and Antonio Giovinazzi, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright, so here we are at the race, and yeah, today we are going for the one-stop race strategy, because I felt like the one-stop would be the right choice here, and just getting things to the point where we could fight for a pretty decent position, hopefully. But yeah, here we go on the formation lap. Of course, the formation lap is just the preemptive lap before the race where you get the tires warmed up and stuff. And, you know, as it is, I love including this. And ever since they added it, it's always been kind of a fun thing for me to have on the game and just have in general. But enjoy the formation lap, and I will meet you all back in the beginning of the race, everyone.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
Alright, and so here we are. at the start of the race after the formation lap, and we're going to get things started in 15th. We'll see if we can get somewhere in the pecking order and see where this race goes. But here we are at the drop of the lights, and yeah, already kind of in a bad position. Not a great start, getting passed up by Schumacher, and of course we have Lance Stroll kind of right behind us. We're going to be trailing behind them for a while. Looks like we're also going to be trailing behind Kimi Räikkönen, so you know, we'll have to see where things go. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, enjoy the first lap of the race. Let's see how things go. We're kind of moving up the pecking order slightly. The first lap is always one of those areas of the race where you can either get a few good positions or you can just kind of fall behind and you're just going to be in the pecking order. But we'll be right behind Lance Stroll and following closely behind Vettel. So we'll just see how things go. We'll see what happens, and you know, enjoy the rest of the lap, and I'll meet you on the next lap that we join each other on. Alright, here we are, lap 12, and our pit stop window has opened. And yeah, we climbed quite a few positions. We got quite a few positions ahead. We got into pole position, but let's see if we can hold it. We'll have to just wait and see if we can really hold it or not. But yeah, the race has been going pretty well. We have Ocon behind us right now. We're kind of leading way behind Schumacher and Latifi. I believe some of the other leaders have gone in for their pit stops already, but, you know, because we're going in for the hard tires, we're going in now, so, let's see how things are going. I have noticed that, unfortunately for me, some of my parts are starting to get really worn and torn, and they're just not producing as well as they should, so, you know, we'll hopefully have to get them fixed or replaced next round, but we'll see how things go. Either way, enjoy the rest of the lap, and I will meet you at the beginning of the next lap. Alright, so we have 3.1 pit stop, which isn't too bad. We still got ahead of Ocon, which is a good thing. But we now have to take the fight back into the lead if we can, as we re-enter in the race at 13th position with 18th, with 2 people retired through the race. But yeah, we'll see where things go. We'll see what happens. Either way, we gotta warm up the hard tires and get back into the race. So we'll hopefully get a better run, and hopefully we'll be able to get past these guys. I think most of these drivers took a 2-stop race in this case. So in general, of course, we're going to probably see a break in the action at some point or another. But either way, yeah, we'll just see where things go. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I will meet you on the next lap, wherever that lap is.
Signs is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 6.8 seconds. They're on fresh medium. Signs is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 6.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 4 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap. Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Alright, so here I was trying to see what happened to Ocon because I don't know what he did. It looks like he lost a wing or maybe he lost some downforce. Either way, it kind of pulled out the virtual safety car because, of course, Ocon is going slow. But, again, I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Anyway, moving on, here we are at lap 25, and again, this is another interesting lap as far as things go, because, I mean, obviously, yeah, it was just a lot of stuff going on, or not lap 25, lap 26, but either way, it's one of the last 2 laps of the race, so, yeah, again, we're right behind, or we have Yuki Tsunoda right behind us, so it was looking like it would be a 2-free finish for AlphaTauri, but you'll see what happens. Either way, here I was trying for the life of me to catch up with Max Verstappen, but man, was Max Verstappen just way too fast, and those medium tires were just showing more speed than my old hard tires, but, you know, I was trying to leg it in as best I could and just not cause a wreck or anything. But yeah, I will meet you on the final lap, everybody. Alright then, so here we are in the final lap of the race, and Yuki Tsunoda is still falling pretty close behind. So at first I thought it was going to be a 2-free finish for AlphaTauri, like I said in the last lap, but you'll see that there was a little bit of a surprise and a little bit of a absolute thing I was not expecting, which is Yuki Tsunoda got a little aggressive and ended up rearing on me and losing his ring, which unfortunately, yeah, left us with basically a 2:20 or so, 2 maybe 17 finish or so. Either way, I know Yuki Tsunoda lost a lot of positions on this race, but, you know, as far as it goes, it was a Red Bull AlphaTauri 1-2, so that is a pretty big achievement, and, you know, in real life, the AlphaTauri 1-2 or Red Bull AlphaTauri 1-2 finish probably wouldn't actually happen because the car is just not there yet. Or at least I don't think there's a driver that's skilled enough to do that. I'm not saying that Pierre Gasly can't do it, but, you know, Pierre Gasly might not be able to do it alone. Either way, you know, enjoy the rest of the race, and I will see you, or post me, we'll see you at the end, or back at HQ, everyone.
Yes, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend, great drive, thank you.
We've witnessed some great battles around Paul Ricard today, and they've taken a fantastic win. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Let's see how the driver standings have changed. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of...
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
Things were close between you and your rival, but it looks like you're coming up top, doesn't it? There are rumors that you're looking for a contract with another team. Is there any truth to that? Great. Well, that's everything.
All right, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, we finally got some points on board. We actually managed to make up the podium that we could have probably had in the Canadian Grand Prix if we didn't have the old mechanical failure. But yeah, I mean, things are looking up. We have the Australian Grand Prix, which really we have to perform well on the Australian Grand Prix. The Red Bull ring is pretty much kind of our home race in a sense. I mean, we are the sister team to Red Bull, so we've got to perform on the Australian Grand Prix. But otherwise, I mean, I'm looking to see a great race on there. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining me today on this. You've enjoyed the French Grand Prix. Yeah, we finally got ourselves back onto the board, and we finally got our. It's a minor win, but it is a win nonetheless. We do still have some parts coming in, the casses, the downforce, and the tire wear. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, we have to look towards switching out the MGUK and, of course, the MGUH. I mean, both these components are controlled electronics seem to still be doing well. The new energy store doesn't seem too bad. You know, I would say the main thing we have to look towards is durability and trying to make sure. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next episode. But until then, everybody, farewell, everyone.